Okay, guys, welcome to the Daily Discord. This is the very first episode of this that we're doing, and today I'm joined by Brandon,
Hello.
Nolan, and Victor.
Hey,
Okay,
Wow.
so
Very energetic, everyone else.
very insanely energetic. You guys are great. This is the best.
I think this is going to go far.
So, the topic I have for us today is electric cars and automated driving.
Oh, yeah.
This is what we wanted to talk about. So
Okay,
this is
we
the
gotta
topic.
add a
I
lot
got.
of things about that. So, first of all, let's start off with Nolan's view on the subject, because I know he's pretty passionate about this topic.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, yeah? Well, basically, for Brandon, who doesn't know about this, when we got back to Kin,
Yeah.
when we got back from Kin, anyways, we were talking about this. So that's where the idea came from, anyway. But like,
Wednesday,
what I
not
was
Monday. Because Monday we had the dumb drill.
It was Wednesday, not Monday, because we had
Anyhow,
the fake fire drill.
Yeah.
Real
We-
fire drill thing.
discussing the advantages and disadvantages that electric cars would provide and self-driving cars, and Nolan was asking, like, when do you think that self-driving cars will be a reality? Like, that there will just be no other cars but self-driving cars. And I said that wouldn't happen until, like, at least a second. Just because think about all the people who resist self-driving cars. They want their own independence. That's what I was just thinking of. But I like the idea, but I personally wouldn't want a self-driving car.
But
Okay.
why is that?
Because I'd like to have my own hands behind the wheel, because
Well, your hands could still be behind
Okay,
the wheel.
okay, and we don't need none of this smart mouth. Just let him finish his point. I knew you were
Yeah.
gonna say that.
you haven't driven, Nolan. You haven't driven yet, and I have. And just to be behind the car and actually physically control it, it's a good experience. But also, like, when you're not controlling the car, anything can happen, you know? And especially since it's a new thing, you can short circuit, and I'm not really willing to take that risk. I'd rather die from my own mistake than from the machine's mistake. Okay?
That's
I'd rather
fair.
not die at all.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I'd rather not die at all. Wow.
That'd be pretty good.
But the benefits, like, I mean, the benefits only come if everyone adopts it.
Yeah, but that's the problem.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
it's a great idea. It'd make everything
Yeah,
a
like-
whole lot safer. It would automate, well, let's see, less traffic, less accidents, just all around automation and time management, I guess. That's one thing we're learning about. But I can see your point, Victor, where you like to be able to have the freedom to drive. Now, I personally, I
At least
haven't
you have a
driven
choice.
yet, but to have the choice to drive seems like a pretty good thing.
Yeah, I see both sides of the argument. Also, like, self-driving cars, I guess you could be, like, picked up, or, like, let's say you were in a situation where you left your car at home, you could have it come like a taxi to you, you know? I don't know.
And you could
something
also
like-
have your car, like, you know, like you come out of a shopping center or something,
Yeah,
and then your
Yeah.
car just meets you there, and you just get in the car, and then you
it's
just
the
drive
best
off.
valet service.
Traffic would be greatly reduced, and they would, if they were like electric self-driving cars, that would greatly reduce smog. And that would be
Yeah,
great
I
for the
was gonna
environment.
say, if they're gonna be self-driving, they'd have to be
I-
electric, because that would suck to have automated gas cars.
Yeah.
I don't
Well, but-
even know how well that would work.
Cars are moving towards automation, clean, like hybrid vehicles, which are like a mixture of gas and electric, or just completely electric. That's where most modern cars are moving towards.
Yeah,
That
I can
direction.
see that.
And we have to understand that cars have only been around for what, 100 years. So that in the next
Yeah, like the
100 years-
Model T became the first
It was the first,
widely
well,
available.
yeah, widely
manufactured
available.
car.
Exactly. Exactly. Awesome. So, for my next question to you guys, what is one big thing you guys have learned this week at school? By the way, for those of you listening, we're all at school. We all go to school. We have no amazing knowledge of any of these topics. We're
Yeah.
just kids. We're idiots.
Or are we?
Yes,
No,
we
I-
are.
My voice modulator is feeling.
Oh boy.
You have found me.
Okay, no, but seriously, like, something I learned that was pretty cool was that, you know, you could, like, the Chinese, whatever we were talking about in the history book,
Whatever.
Like,
we were like.
if you, like, dishonored your parents, they could kill you, and that wouldn't be a big deal. Or you'd be like put into a life of slavery, just like repaying that if you talk back to your older siblings.
I'd rather not have either of those.
Well, see, I don't have any older siblings, so.
We learned about.
Yeah. Well, Brandon's the only
Foot
one who
binding.
Brandon's the only one here who has an older sibling.
Yep.
I don't think he'd like that too
Like,
much.
what is it like?
Um.
I want to know.
Would love it.
I want to know. Love you.
Ask your sister then. That'd help.
What?
What?
You get it from me. You're the older one, right?
I mean, Christian and Victor and I are the oldest in sibling.
Yeah. So then
Yeah.
ask the younger one.
I don't know if that would work though.
Oh yeah.
I don't
instead
know
of
what you're asking
you,
for.
We want to ask you.
It's better.
I have a question for you.
Hmm.
What is love?
Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me.
Do you think that it's stupid Mr. Shiba gave us like a whole thing to study?
Okay. Why did we have a quiz?
That's a
At least
good
it wasn't
question.
at least it wasn't like a full quest.
Okay,
Like,
so
quest.
let me brief those of you who are listening from home. Stop! I don't want copyright claims.
Copyright.
I'll just kick you from the call. I don't want copyright claims on this.
Copyright.
Okay, so let me brief you guys. Today we had one hell of a weird day. So we had really boring chemistry, like more boring than it usually is, and it should have been interesting because we were learning shorthand for really useful stuff. History that was way too drawn out, and and for math we had the dumbest quiz because tomorrow we have a test. And he decided not to just give us a normal quiz, no. A one-question quiz for no reason. Yeah, it's a quiz that's really supposed to be a warm-up, which is annoying, and he gave us half an hour to do one question.
Like 15 minutes.
Why?
Half an hour.
And we had the earthquake drill today.
Yeah,
Oh, that was
he
dumb.
like, that, and then he was like hiding Henry. He looks like.
It's the best part. Okay, so we were all told to get under the desk because we're in California. We have earthquake drills because it's something necessary for us. We had an earthquake drill. We were told we needed to be quiet until we heard the all clear over the radio. We never heard the all clear over the radio. Every other class did. And then another teacher had to come and say, you guys know you can come out now, right? You guys know you're safe, right?
You're just
Like,
playing like rock, paper, scissors over you can ask.
It was a little embarrassing because I was asked several times, like, what were you guys doing in there? Why weren't you out here? I kept having to say, this teacher didn't let us out because we didn't hear the, we didn't hear, oh my gosh. We didn't hear the, okay, which is
I don't
great.
know if I can face again. Can't stop now. Travel so far.
Just hear Nolan.
No copyright, please. I don't want
No
copyright. No
copyright.
copyright. Boy, seriously, you need to stop.
I wonder if that makes you get like copyrighted.
It will, actually.
Will everyone like actually do this and be like, wow, those kids are that's copyright infringement. We're going to sue them. We're going to take them to court. We're going to sue them millions of dollars. Well, it would be Nolan's fault. So.
Yeah, it's Nolan's fault. I don't care. I'm not going to court for that. That's all Nolan.
Yeah, I didn't.
Well, you see, well, there's this thing called you just remove copyright from existence. Problem solved.
But that's.
That would be chaos. That would be complete and utter chaos.
Well, okay, first of all,
Utter
don't
as
make
in house.
UDD3R? As in, Moon U, the cow? The amazing ninja cow.
With the music industry, musicians don't make money off of albums and records. That mostly goes to the recording like studio, and they make most of their money off of live concerts. So like even if you have like a hit single like Rick Astley, after it comes down to who gets the money, he only got like a really % of it. So it's like.
I understand that, but
That's like copyright law.
Yeah.
The song though?
copyright laws, while I can agree they're overused, I can see why they are overused. because that particular company wants to keep the rights to that song. They don't want people going to someone else for that song. They want them to buy it from the
It's too easy to get music free
allowed.
anyway.
Well, yes, I understand that, and that's why there's things like Spotify and SoundCloud and some less, you know, less trusted sites.
YouTube. Actually, that's pretty trustful, really.
Well, actually, most of it is
Well,
what
I
channel it
guess.
is. It's like Evo.
YouTube to MP3. Now that's untrustworthy
That's
site.
so illegal. Like
That is
legal.
yeah, that technically is an illegal site.
Your mom's
It's
legal.
do we need to do this right now?
So
Are you really
apparently so
going
is
there?
NRLego8.com because yeah.
Wait, why is
I like how Hunter just
NRLego8.com
responded now.
an
It
illegal
says
site?
yeah.
Why is NRLego8.com an illegal site?
Because Hunter says yeah.
It's a
Oh,
hidden clown
Look, he
site.
sent a text message that says yeah.
okay then, boy.
Oh, I didn't even read the chat because I did. Hunter, get on Discord right now.
Hunter, get on Discord right now.
Did you look up
Right
any
now.
on your day?
Right now.
Siri still got it right.
Right now.
Wait, is that what I said?
No, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Get in Discord.
Okay, since we are definitely moving off this topic, I have one other topic for you guys. A very controversial topic at the moment because it's this time of year. It comes around
Clowns?
it comes around every 4 years. It's a leap year. No. I'm
It's my
talking
birthday.
I'm
It
talking
comes around every 4 years.
Oh, leap year is controversial.
I'm talking about the election. I don't care who you're voting for. That's not what this is for. Just
We couldn't vote for anyone anyway because
yeah, we're oh god. Ah.
Get
we're not
triggered.
legal citizens of the United States. Remember?
Yes, we are not
I'm a legal
Yeah,
citizen.
we're not legal adults yet. So
Oh, yeah,
we
so-
couldn't vote anyway.
Straightforward
But
view.
what are your personal like what do you think about these this current electoral these candidates?
No candidate is perfect. Although,
Yes.
like,
No, I think we should
But
create
but
the
many
Gekka
candidates
party.
have been way better than these.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like Bernie, man. But,
We,
I don't know. I like the
We-
John Cassidy. Like he was too like he like didn't win any like you know
Yeah, there's that.
during like the general.
Hey,
Yeah,
Hunter's joined.
Hunter.
Hi.
Welcome. You're a little late, but welcome anyway. We are currently on the topic of the election. I don't want to know what your who you would vote for if you could, because we can't. I just your views on how
We can
well
vote now.
or how horribly the election has gone so far.
Well,
I just
I would
think
vote. I think I would vote for a giant meteor if given the choice. Honestly, but
At
you know,
this point, I think
overall,
voting Victor would be the best option.
Honestly.
well, I don't know. He seems like a
Although,
risk
yeah,
of both
he
worlds.
is Victor.
I mean, he's
Oh.
obviously old enough.
I don't know.
You have to be like 37 to be a president. You know that, right?
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
That
that.
was the joke.
No, but I'm like
Vote
I'm
Christian Nices 2038.
saying, if I was president, I'd have like a mix of conservative and liberal views.
I feel like 2038 is an election year.
like health views.
I don't think it is.
But like
It
my
should be.
my views on conservation would be liberal, so I'd be like not really like a conservative, not like a Republican or a Democrat, but I'd have mixtures of views in both. I just take the best.
You'd be
out
a
of
part of
both.
the Gekka party.
I see. Yes, you'd be part of the Gekka party.
I agree with both parties, but other things, it's like, nah, I don't believe in that. Or, nah, I don't believe.
Yeah, there as with any of these elections, there is always going to be good views on both sides. But at this point, both of the popular candidates who have made it through, because we don't know enough about the third party, which I'll come back to in a moment, but both of these candidates are mentally insane.
Well, not
Like-
really insane. They just.
Are
have
you
a-
sure about that?
No. Well, you can't say they're mentally insane because what happened is back in the 60s, I think there was like an election against, what was his name, like Barry Goldwater, and then they ran a political ad, like saying like 4 to 5 doctors say that Barry Goldwater is like mentally unstable to be president, and he sued whoever he was running against for defamation, and he won the lawsuit because that wasn't an
Wow.
actual backed up claim. So you can't can't just make claims like that and put in political ads because you can actually be like sued for defamation, defamation, whatever.
Okay. Okay then.
Ah.
Then I officially retract that statement. I'm sorry for assuming your mental state.
You wouldn't be like sued
I know,
if you
I know.
ran an ad against them saying like people say Trump's crazy, and he'd be like, I'm not crazy, Trump's.
Yes, you're the one that's crazy. Yes.
Oh man. Again, I don't want copyright infringement. That'd be
I
pretty
don't
bad.
It's not.
I don't think saying the lyrics is copyright infringement.
It actually is.
Is
It is. Yeah, a lot of people have gotten their YouTube videos taken down for like 10 seconds worth of talking about a song, like using the lyrics.
Well, if you talk about the song, you don't have to say.
Well, I understand
I
that.
want to know what love is. Can
We'll
you?
just say the theme of the song
Oh,
Institutional.
the theme?
Oh,
It's
the
like in
theme.
English.
Is this English?
Well,
You
like,
gotta
if
watch
talk
that
about it,
animation
it's
video.
Oh yeah,
The
that's
one
the
about
best
the
thing
theme?
ever. That is the best thing ever.
That was-
I can't.
not
I
using
can't believe
words.
that. I can't believe that video still exists. How long has that been around?
I don't
Like-
want to know.
That is the most MLG worthy voice ever.
But dude, that video was literally.
I
terrible.
want to know what
It was
game is.
horrible.
It was like.
Hello, my name is Hunter.
It's real bad.
I am a robot.
Why don't we just send like a letter to somebody asking if we it could work? We can get the rights. To
It
use
could work. That's
It's
true.
like-
You can buy the rights to a song and then
Or you can like
do it
ask
that way.
them, we could get their permission.
Yeah, we should just buy every single
We
song.
could just be like,
yes, every single song in existence,
be like, dear my keyboard, I would
Yes.
like to use your song. In
institutionalized.
Yes, but like, we could interview him technically. I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
I feel like there's a lot of 80s musicians who are really like don't have anything to do.
Honestly,
that song.
If there was anyone, if there was any '80s musician that I could interview, I'd want to interview Rick Astley.
Would you? I mean, he's
Yes,
pretty.
that would be the pinnacle of any. Oh my god, that'd be the best. That would be the pinnacle of
Do you think if he
any
doesn't like
interview
his-
we could possibly do.
He doesn't really like his fame. Like he was staying out of the spotlight for a while until recently when he.
Yeah, and now he's back with more music.
That theme video was posted 2 years ago.
The what? The theme?
Theme
Oh
video
my
was
gosh.
posted- Yeah.
What?
That's too recent. That's too recent for me to not criticize it.
Yeah, I just had to laugh. Like I couldn't stop laughing at it. It was like some parts were just like meant to evoke emotions. I couldn't.
Yeah. Okay, Brandon, I think I can hear your keyboard about this far from my ears.
Sorry.
Yeah, Brandon, what do you think typing
Hear
in?
my keyboard?
No,
Wanna
I
share?
can't.
Can you hear my keyboard?
No, I can't. If I was typing right now, you guys, your ears would probably bleed. Ah! Ha! Please don't. Please don't. Please don't.
What?
Now I need to put in a warning for people listening to this. Don't listen to this section, because Brandon kills your ears.
That wasn't me.
Ah, that's
That
worse.
wasn't.
Did you just assume who did it?
I did,
I don't know.
because
what
Brandon's
Actually,
that
you're
boy.
right.
Okay, let's get to another cool
I
topic.
vote Victor.
I swear he's not great.
Okay, so the consensus is Victor for 2037. Sorry, 2040.
Yes.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
sickness is real.
Yeah, unless he dies of pneumonia before that.
Rip.
He dies of pneumonia from having a common cold.
Yeah. Oh man.
Victor has pneumonia.
Okay, so
Apparently.
what is one crazy thing that has happened in your guys' lives this week? You first, Victor.
Well, I went to the
Well,
grocery
back and
store, and over the weekend when I got my haircut, I went to
Yeah.
the grocery store with my mom, right? And so as I went in, I had to go to the bathroom since I hadn't gone in a few hours. So I went
Yeah.
inside the grocery store, and I was waiting outside the bathroom, and both doors were locked. And then I knocked on the door, and I swear I heard a lady's voice saying, "Do you need to go pee, little boy?" And I was like, I looked around and she said it, but I couldn't tell who it was, so I thought I had just heard something, and I was like, yeah. So like I was like, okay, so both of the doors are locked. Maybe it was somebody inside. I wasn't sure. So I walked around more, looking around the aisles, getting food, right? Came
Yeah.
back, approximately 30 minutes later, and the lady left, and I came in, and apparently she was taking her break smoking in the bathroom. So
Are you kidding me?
it was terrible, and I was like, "Are you kidding me? You're using your customer's bathroom to smoke?"
That's horrible.
Pathetic.
That's just horrible. Who? Okay.
It was
Okay.
bad.
In a
There's-
place where you know you're already not allowed to smoke, you decide to smoke in the one place everyone needs to use.
Well, technically they're allowed to smoke in the bathroom because there's like an air vent, but I just gone immediately after that. So, well, there's
Yeah.
something-
Technically.
And like on the way out, there's like one of those games. Like there's like a game machine, and
Yeah.
then it win like prizes, like really crappy tablets, like a toy helicopter. But I always wanted to win something in there just for the excitement of winning. But like the things in there are so old and faded. They're like they're like 5 years old, and they're like all knockoff brands that are probably like it costs probably less than $1 to make them when it costs $1 to play the game. I almost won something too. But I was like, wow.
Interesting.
And this grocery store, is it called Lucky's?
Yeah, but they also have like an iPod, like they have an iPhone 1 in there, so I kind of want to win that.
Oh yes, there you go.
It's just like having an antique.
Wow, top quality
So that was
price.
pretty much my trip to the store, and it was interesting, I suppose.
Nice. Okay, let's move on. Nolan, what is one weird thing that's happened to you this week?
Love.
I just lost voice connection. Oh, it came back.
Yep, it's back.
Good. One thing that happened weird this week, well, we could talk about the false fire drill.
Oh yeah.
Well, you see,
Okay, Nolan, you explain.
on the way back from our kin class, which is self-defense.
So
Self-defense.
kin is kinesthetics.
Kinesiology.
It's a class we have to take because we've already taken the number of actual PE classes we can take, but we have to have a certain number of credits required for our high school graduation. So we're taking a college class, Kinesthesiology 71, which is self-defense, and it's a lot of fun. Okay,
Yeah,
Brandon. Sorry. Well, Brandon, you need to be quiet.
It's not.
Nolan, go ahead.
Oh, wait, no, but explain. I mean, Nolan, are you going to tell the story?
Yeah, I am. Well, anyway, we're walking back, and we hear these sounds. And it was weird. One sounded like a scream. It sounded like gunshots, but our assumption now is that it simply was just someone blowing on a pipe or something.
Yeah, it was a weird shrill sound. I heard it the next day.
Yeah. So we assumed that what happened was just someone was like trying to clean out the pipes around the school, and it sounded really weird. It sounded like someone was screaming. I got a little worried and thought that there may have been one of the disturbing clowns around. But it turns out that wasn't it. If that was what happened,
It wasn't it.
that would have been. Oh man! If that was what happened, if that was what happened, that would have been a really good use of our just practice self-defense techniques.
Yeah, we just throw the person on the ground.
Yeah, we throw them on the ground and get on top of them and choke them out.
Yep, because that's what happens in self-defense.
Congratulations, you just described a violent and brutal beating.
Exactly. Okay. So get back to the story, Nolan.
Anyway, and after that, we end up and we walk to a table, right?
Yeah.
And this is what
Not
we do
just any
every
table.
day. And we have
The
lunch,
table.
which is Mondays and Wednesdays.
Yeah.
So, but after a while,
I drank it all.
actually talking about what we talked about at the beginning of this meeting, which was
Give me 1 second, guys. You continue.
and stuff. And so anyway,
Yes.
this alarm goes off. There's people like, it's like, oh, evacuation point, and then we see all the people get out of the classroom. We don't know where to go because we came back from a college class, so it was awkward. And it ended up being a false alarm, and we were just stuck outside for like 30 minutes doing nothing. So we didn't have to make time.
And we left our backpacks behind, so we didn't know if they'd like take them and inspect them and check if there was anything suspicious.
Yeah, that would have been weird.
Overall,
Okay.
Suspicious.
Okay. So Brandon, you go ahead. Your turn. What is one weird thing that has happened with you this week?
I realize that tomorrow is Count Your Buttons Day.
Is that weird? I mean,
Yeah,
it's a weird day, but like, Is that weird for your life?
Yes.
Yes.
Wait,
Why?
Buttons Day, what does that even mean?
Because I
Much connection.
I want
Yeah.
to know what buttons is.
I wanna know what buttons are.
Da-da-da.
Okay. Continue, Brandon.
Sorry about
one weird thing. I have a B in history. Yeah.
Ah.
history.
Okay. Is that weird?
Yes.
Should it be an A? I mean, should it be an A by your standards?
No.
Well, Brandon, I know you're giving all your best.
So
work.
it's a good kind of weird.
Yes.
Okay, nice.
I'm proud of you, Brandon.
Nice.
Thank you. Thanks, Dad.
This isn't TV, Brandon.
Making moments weird.
Now,
Yeah, we should have like this false story that we just play as.
now, Hunter, you go ahead. It's your turn. What is one really weird thing that has happened in your life this week?
Well, I just realized, I was going throughout the week, Monday comes around, I'm like, hey, look at this, no homework, this is great.
Oh,
Tuesday comes around, I'm like, oh god, no, everything is due the next day. And then they push it all back, I'm like, hey, that's great. And then I'm on Thursday now,
Which is
and we
today,
have-
the day we're recording this.
yeah, which is today. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things,
That you didn't finish?
5 things due, and I'm like, hey, I should
Why?
have done that. And then
Nice.
a weird thing happened. I opened my backpack and I found my molar mass worksheet.
Ah.
Mostly done. I'm like,
And you
hey,
did find it in
I
class.
remember doing that. So, I attribute it to my belief in the flying spaghetti monster. He delivered,
Copyright infringement.
Oh, man.
he
Copyright
really
infringement.
delivered to me my molar mass worksheet.
Definitely.
But he also punished you for not finding it on time when it was due in class. So,
Oh no.
what's funny is that how religious headwear is allowed in schools. Well, the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster, although it's like a fake, but like they wear calendars on their heads, so you could come to school.
How dare you speak of this blasphemy?
And you could say it's part of my religion as the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster. I can wear a colander on my head and be like, cool, kerchoo.
Wow.
Oh no.
It's not wrong, I guess.
Oh, November is pomegranate month?
Mm-hmm.
Pomegranates.
Oh. Well, Brandon, you are now contractually obligated to wear the pomegranate shirt for the rest of the month.
Yep.
But that's November.
I wonder what
You know
my
what I mean.
birthday is.
Brandon?
Birthday?
Oh yeah, what's the month of May?
May 23rd, Lucky Penny Day.
What's my birthday?
Boy, why did you do that?
What is May 6th? What is May 6th?
Beverage
Baby,
Day.
don't calendar.
Beverage day?
Don't calendar.
Yeah.
No more.
Yeah, 'cause I have so many beverages.
Yeah,
Boy, mine is
he's a heavy drinker. Mm. Yeah, you gotta keep him away from that lemonade.
I know.
Oh no.
That is his
Water,
weakness.
too.
He is obsessed with lemonade for no
I
reason.
drink water in the car.
He drinks water while driving.
Even if you were drinking water while driving, that would still be illegal, because if you
Yeah.
drink water while driving, you'd have to have your hands off the wheel and potentially distracted. So,
No, unless you have a straw.
Uh,
If you have a
Water
straw,
is-
then it wouldn't necessarily be taking your eyes off the road.
water
Because
is
you can just sort of
so
move your hand
intoxicating.
over.
I mean, every time I drink water, I just pass out, and I think to myself, what would Trump do?
what would Trump do? What-
And then I say I would make water great again.
There's help. There's help. Water Anonymous, man.
Oh man.
I really cleaned up my life. I was drinking water everywhere in public. It was really just a major detriment to my life. I couldn't hold a steady job. They really helped me get off my addiction to water.
I mean, I got water with me right now. I have a real problem.
So do I.
All right.
Actually, I got off water a while ago. I'm drinking coffee right now, which is good for my health.
Yeah.
That's a lot
Better than water. I mean, okay, have you guys seen me? I mean, I think we're getting stronger.
You lost like 60 pounds.
Hey,
out of, like,
you know what I heard
know.
is really, really, really good for you?
Hmm.
I heard that there's this new it's really experimental. It's called bleach. I heard it's really good for your system. It cleans
Copyright!
everything out. Cleans
Copyright infringement.
everything out.
Yeah, you should really try that. I tried it
Everything.
in second grade. It wasn't my fault. I asked for some water
It-
that
It can essentially whitewash your whole digestive system, and then some.
Can you explain how it works?
You know what? I will leave that up to Hunter, who has also heard of this revolutionary topic.
Yeah, so what you do is go to your local, store. You can find it in Safeway, Target, Costco. Costco sells it in bulk.
Yeah, that's right.
So
They sell
what
everything
you
in
do
bulk.
is you go and you gotta choose your flavor. So there's flavored bleach, there's orange flavored bleach, there's peppermint flavored bleach,
Is there
and
seriously
during
different flavors?
Christmas
I mean,
there's peppermint flavored.
Yeah, there's
bleach.
different
So you go
scents
to
for
the store,
these. It's weird.
there seriously is.
and you
Mhm.
you
we
grab
live
your
in America.
bleach,
Different everything going.
put it in your pantry, and then when you go to school the next day and you come back, you always feel depressed. So you grab that bleach as a pick-me-up, and make sure you drink half a cup for some basic remedies. But if you're really feeling it, make sure you drink the entire bottle.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure it's not legal to talk about suicide over a podcast.
But
Boy.
it's satire. So, I want you guys to watch this video. It'll be for the next topic. I'll be right back.
I have to eat some, dinner, so I may be back or I may not be back, depending on if I eat dinner or consume dinner. If I drink my dinner, if I mix the ravioli into the water, it will form some sort of healthy mixture. It seems like the sort of mixture Brandon would make. And Brandon, you know what? I'm lifting weights with my right arm right now. I'm gonna get you in the arm wrestling contest. It's not over, Brandon. You think
I'm not even lifting weights and I still beat you.
Do you
know what?
lift?
I only started
Wow.
lifting weights right now because
I don't need preparation.
you know what, Brandon? That's
Actually,
because
you do.
too much drugs, okay? Maybe if you were
Brian's taking
a
steroids.
steroid addict.
Fun
then-
fact, August 1st is World Lung Cancer Day.
Hey, that's not funny. It's actually like to raise awareness about a disease.
No, that's actually because they want you to get lung cancer.
What?
That's what that means. You never knew that?
I'll be back.
I'll be back.
There's a no beard day.
There's a no Brandon Day too.
No one's gonna shave their beard for a single day. It's dumb. Thursday, 6th of October is Mad Hatter Day. I missed that one.
Okay, first off, who comes up with these days?
I'll send you guys the link right now.
No, I know it's a website, but it's like,
Oh. I want to come up with these, but they already came up with them. So. Oh wait, no, they're new every year. 2017 in May. So now we gotta see.
they
what yours
changed.
is. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yours is No Diet Day.
Okay, well,
Diet day? What's that?
sorry, I have a diet every day. Can't stop it.
Mine is Turtle Day.
Become a turtle.
Let's see what's on my birthday. May.
Out of curiosity, what are you guys doing right now? Well,
May
Brand's
1st
doing
is-
things, right?
Lay Day.
Lady Day?
Lay Day.
What-
Nothing captures
like-
the spirit of Hawaii Islands than Lei,
Yeah.
symbolizing the love of color, flowers, fragrance, and laughter and aloha.
Wow, Hunter.
Oh, and
Wait,
something else.
Why is this in spring and not summer? Question mark.
Something else that'll raise your spirits. That today was May Day. Not today. May 1st is May Day. Where 10 was bomb planes and died. Very important mission. Yeah, that's not really raising. Think about that.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello? Is
It's
it
like,
hey y'all looking foul?
nope, I'm looking for the other guy.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I'm gonna go back
okay.
to my
Bye.
Christmas music.
Oh,
Oh yeah?
okay.
Yeah, listen to it right now.
I am doing coding.
I am doing the
I'm
math.
gonna have like no
study.
coding work for tomorrow during the seminar. I don't know what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Boy,
I'm gonna try
do
to
you actually do
bring
any homework in seminar?
Okay,
Is that possible?
Yes.
so I am back. Did you guys watch the video?
Yes.
Video.
The video I put on Discord.
10 out of 10.
Oh, I'm doing coding homework.
Okay, it's
It's the only
very
thing I can do without requires no
it's
thought.
very 10 out of 10, I would say. So Hunter, do you even care? Do you care?
Do
Like-
I care?
Like about his points, do you care that he put this on YouTube? Does it matter?
Yeah, I think it does, you know. I mean, really, I think it's important that we know the situation we're in, but, you know, still, kind of have to agree. I don't really care at this point who's going to be best at, you know, economics or whatever. All I care about is that we don't have a crazy person, you know, running
Yeah,
the
we don't
country.
want someone who's insane,
Well, you can't assume their craziness. So.
because then they'll put you in an institution instead of the other
Oh,
way
no,
around.
not an institution.
See, I personally think it wasn't like the best idea to put this on YouTube. Currently, that video has 4.5 million views.
Oh.
4.5 million views, and
4.5 million Brandons.
235,000 dislikes for 344,000 likes. That's not a good ratio. It really isn't.
No.
It's really not. That's too many dislikes for likes. Even though there's more likes, it's still not good. Now, currently, I don't, well, not currently, personally, I don't watch a lot of his videos. It is?
Yeah,
Huh.
it's
Not for
making
me.
every time you talk, it just, you know, pops.
Huh.
Like
Not for me.
Sounds good.
Okay. The heck do I do here?
Whoa.
Whoa, that's too
Wow.
much noise. That's too much. I'm sorry,
That's
everyone.
too omnidirectional.
No, it's only coming out of the front.
Microphone.
It's only
Oh,
coming out
okay.
of the front. It just, the louder it gets, the more noise it'll pick up. I'm sorry about any weird noises it might be making.
I'm not hearing any weird noises. I think Hunter.
I am.
Maybe
hearing it all the
Hunter's
time.
crazy and should be institutionalized.
No, it shouldn't. I'm not crazy. You're the one that's crazy. You just can't hear it. I hear buzzing in my ears. I can't take it.
Okay.
Thought it was popping. Guess you are crazy. I don't think I've ever listened to Christmas music this early.
You're listening to Christmas music?
Of course.
Why? Just
don't-
'cause?
Okay, so I start listening to Christmas music the day after Thanksgiving. That's just tradition. Just makes more
Actually,
sense to like get to do the holidays in order.
last time I listened to Christmas music was probably May.
Why?
I listened to it all year long.
Ah, okay. I mean, it's good music. It's great music.
Yeah.
My favorite one's Jingle Bell Rock. Sounds classic.
Yeah. I don't know which one's my favorite. A lot of them are pretty good, though. Ooh, that's a good question. What's your favorite Christmas song?
Honestly, my favorite either has to be Rocking Around the Christmas Tree or dang it, what was it? Oh, I just forgot. You know what? Since I can't think of the other one, just, yeah. Rocking Around the Christmas Tree. I think it's called Jingle Bell Rock.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I don't know which ones are my favorite. Can't really
Nice.
say.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I'm not going to listen to it right now. I mean,
Yeah, that's fine.
copyright claims, but yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want
Yeah.
copyright claims on Christmas music. That's the worst kind.
You will, yeah, you will have a Christmas after that.
Yeah, Sandy's not putting anything in your stocking now.
Nope.
Not
Nothing but
even
a
coal.
bill and a... Nothing but a bill.
Actually, you know what might be my favorite is Blue Christmas.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty good.
Oh, actually, I have a story about that. So I was doing the play production for what was it called? Um,
Leader of the pack?
yes.
Okay.
Thank you. I always forget
This
that.
is going to
for
be...
some reason.
Okay. So, brief them on what this is first. Because I want them to know what this is.
Okay, so Leader of the Pack is a play production. You may or may not have seen it.
You're lucky to not see it.
Yeah, it kind of depends on where you see it, though.
True. If you
So
went
it's
to the
about-
one that Hunter was working at, you'd be luckier not to see it.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
Anyways, Leader of the Pack is a play production about who's the main character?
That's a good question.
Man.
One
it
that I don't know
had-
the answer to.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I did this a while ago. It was Ellie Greenwich, so it's nonfiction.
Okay.
Yeah, obviously there's a bit of fiction in there, here and there, but that's just to add dramatic tension.
Yeah, like
And,
any play. They always go
right,
away
and she
from the
was-
source material.
Right. She was an up-and-coming, actress and mainly a singer. So that was her main thing, and she was married to Jeff Barry. Jeff Barry was also in the same industry, and it's about her divorce and all that. It's a very, shall we say, interesting play. It first performed in 1984. But anyways, so my play production was doing this, and for one of the scenes we had to use Blue Christmas. And for those of you who don't know Blue Christmas, that's another song by Elvis.
If you don't know what Blue
Christmas song,
Christmas is,
obviously.
then you don't like Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, come on. It's classic. Man, I love that song.
It's the best song.
I
One
listen
of.
to that when it's not Christmas.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, but so I was trying to figure out how to do all of this, and during one of the shows, I accidentally pressed the wrong button, and
Yeah.
instead of playing the song, I played D's Nuts over the speakers. It was 10 out of 10.
Oh man.
So, it's driving up to climax, Ellie, she just got divorced, and they're all like, Ellie, honey, don't worry, it'll
Are
be
D's
fine.
nuts climaxing?
I think this is a bit PG-13, don't you think?
Yeah. True. Okay, go
Okay,
on.
whatever. So, the scene is like, oh, so sad, and then, she starts crying, and suddenly these nuts go over the loudspeaker. I'm like, KMS. I'm like, nope, I don't work here. I'm just
Okay.
I'm
So-
just around.
You weren't like in the play. You were the music. You were in the sound production behind the play, correct?
Right. So I was running the sound production for this establishment.
So if you played the wrong song at the wrong time, the whole play was ruined.
I wouldn't say ruined, just
But yeah, ruined in this case.
but yeah, ruined.
Well then, congratulations. That was amazing.
Yeah. I'm still pretty question mark about it all. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Thanks. Thanks, computer. Your trackpad is 10 out of 10. Thanks.
Yep.
Or no, I wasn't even using a computer. I was using my phone.
Oh boy. What was it playing off of?
It was an app. I don't have it anymore.
Oh.
But,
Yeah, probably a good thing.
Yeah, the app ran sound effects and my normal music stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was a terrible idea.
Yeah, that doesn't sound really good.
Hmm.
Wow.
Okay then.
There
How's
is
my
that. Okay. So, because I didn't get to mine, I don't think. If I did, correct me. But my super weird story that happened to me, it's not necessarily weird for me, but it may have been weird for Brandon. So you see, over the weekend, and I'm not going to go too deep into the plot of it, but over the weekend, Brandon came over to my house for whatever the reason was. He was over, and towards the end of the night, we watched two movies. The first one, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Wait, I've been muted this entire time?
You've been muted this entire time.
Yeah.
Ah! I was making comments too, and I'm like, is everyone just ignoring me?
No, you were just muted the whole time.
You were muted.
Oh, I pressed control on my keyboard, dang it.
So, we first watched Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, and Brandon thought that was a great movie. He said Raiders was still better, which I completely agree with, but it wasn't a horrible movie. On a scale of okay, so on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being Crystal Skull and 5 being Raiders, where do you place this? Brandon.
Could you rephrase that?
On a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being Crystal Skull and 5 being Raiders.
Wait, that's an
where?
Indiana Jones movie?
Yeah.
What's Crystal Skull? I've never heard of such.
Yeah, it's
Name
2008
sounds
never
dumb.
happened. It's fake.
Where do you place Temple of Doom?
I would say 4.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Personally,
That's pretty good.
I
Now-
like Last Crusade better than-
No, he hasn't seen Last Crusade yet. That's the thing.
Oh, you've never
What?
seen Last Crusade?
No. Next time he comes over, or next time we do a big event, he has to see Last Crusade. We'll do that later.
Okay, I like that
Last-
better.
You see,
Last Crusade is my favorite.
Yeah,
okay,
because it's the Last
So-
Crusade.
but it
Yeah.
wasn't.
And then
The Last
Did-
Crusade
oh.
was like,
Did,
a long
did
time ago.
2008 never happen?
I've never heard of that. I don't know what
I
you're
don't
talking about.
think
Really?
it did. What did 2008?
Because I think The Dark Knight happened in 2008.
Well, you see, I in my years, I go look. I'm opening my calendar right now, and I'm
Here we
looking,
go.
and all I see is it goes from 2009 back to 2007. I can't explain it.
Has every movie shifted up a year? Is Star
Yeah,
Wars
so now
coming out
Dark
this?
Knight came out in 2009.
Is Star Wars The Force Awakens coming out this Christmas?
Yeah, it's coming out this Christmas.
Yes.
Oh man,
Yes, it is.
this is gonna be okay.
'Cause it never, 2008 never happened.
Now
I mean,
I'm getting
what is
super
that year?
off topic. Super off topic. So back to my story. It was weird, not because it was weird for me, but it may have been weird for Brandon to start with. So after that, we
What, 'cause
decided,
the tongue lies on?
you know what else he should watch? This really old movie from 2002. It made $7 million profit. It cost $10 million to make. It was a super, super unknown movie, but it has a huge fan base. It's a cult classic if you've ever seen it. It's called Kung Pao Enter the Fist. I do suggest that anyone who hasn't seen that, go look it up on YouTube. It's probably somewhere over there. I haven't been able to find it on Netflix again. We found it our own way. But it is one of the best movies that has ever been created. It is amazing.
And
I'm not going to go too deep
It's
into the
also
plot.
getting a sequel.
It last year, it is officially getting a sequel. Now, I don't know when that sequel's coming out, but when it does, we all need to go see it.
Yep.
Nolan, you're muted again. I hope he noticed, and this
Rip
wasn't a
Nolan.
mistake.
Why?
I don't know. You may want to change the keybind, or just spam it. There's
Yeah,
that.
that's good too. Yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to go too deep into the plot, but if you haven't already looked it up, look it up. It includes ninjas and kung fu and weird tongue monsters and
Yeah, that's scary.
and the best voiceovers and Betty and a ninja cow and flying sorcerer kung fu and aliens. It includes all of those things. It is one of the
How can
best
one thing
movies ever.
include all of that?
You haven't seen the
Speaking
movie.
of good movies,
Yeah.
Or I guess we don't know if this movie's yet, but Rogue One, it's coming out December.
That's true. It's technically a prequel. I'm
And,
calling it a
I-
prequel. I count it as a prequel.
Star Wars.
Boy!
Oh boy, Victor's back.
Oh
Is he now?
boy!
I am.
Apparently he has a book.
Oh,
Where
Okay.
were you?
Brandon, if you gotta go, you gotta go. Won't stop you.
See you later, Brandon.
See you later.
Alright.
Make sure
None
you
of you noticed
share
that
the
I
outline
I
with me.
actually like traveled across my
Oh, I
house.
haven't?
Gosh.
I don't think so.
I'm pretty
Let me
sure
look
I
again.
have.
So.
It's been a while, so.
Why do you post Jingle Bell Rock?
Don't worry about it.
Because we were talking about Christmas songs and
Like what?
Missed it.
He shared with me.
The one by Wham?
Yeah, I don't have it here, so just go ahead and share it with me
What
again.
about copyright? We can't do that, right?
Yeah, it wasn't played on
We
I
just,
accidentally clicked it.
on cast.
yeah, Christian accidentally clicks it.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm fast enough to mute it.
That would be committing seppuku for our podcast.
Pretty much. Our one episode podcast.
Yeah.
Alright, I sent it.
Okay.
When
Let
did
me
we start?
refresh this page.
We started 52 minutes ago.
What?
Yeah, we started this podcast 52 minutes ago.
Jeez.
Mhm.
Let's do it
It's too intense.
52 minutes ago.
I can
Such
go
an
till about
intensity.
7:30, but then I have things I need to do before Legends of Tomorrow comes on.
Yeah. Wait, that's
What if I
tonight?
told you I could watch Legends
Yeah, that's
of
tonight.
Tomorrow right now?
What if I told
What
you
if I told
that I
you
didn't
can do
care?
that too?
What if I told you that you have hacks for getting feed from East Coast?
What if I told you I also have hacks?
It's a
for the
lie.
East
I
Coast?
don't actually have it.
What if I told you that I wish I had direct TV so that I could watch everything early?
What if I told you
What if I told
that
you?
if you take both pills,
Boy,
you don't die? Or
What if I told you
2 pills
That-
is
told you,
man.
I have direct TV?
not you?
What if I told you that I'm going to come to your house tomorrow and steal your direct TV because I know where you live, not far from school?
I don't have
Come
DirecTV.
across the street with like a sniper and start like sniping.
No, the tenant at my house has DirecTV.
You're like, got him.
Wait,
It happened once.
there's a tenant in your house?
Yeah, please
A
don't.
tenant or a tenant?
Tenant in my house.
A TENA pad?
No, as in like David Tennant.
Oh. You have David Tennant in your house? Oh man.
From Doctor
Oh.
Who.
No, okay.
I
But you
kinda
do
want-
have a there's someone
What if
else
I
living
told
in the
you
house?
I'm watching Legends of Tomorrow right now.
Yeah, he is.
What if I told you that you need to get off the call if you do because I don't want any like copyright music or sound?
Spoiler!
Okay, I'll stop.
What if I told you I could watch you? What if I told you I could have a feed on every...
Wait, is the American?
What if I told you that what if I told you has gone on for too long?
What if I told you?
What if I told
What
you
if I told you?
you
I
don't
could
exist?
kill you the entire time?
You know that, right? You come on, find
Yeah.
you dying, Victor?
Yeah,
So, chemistry.
that's why.
Are you
Like Weird Al, like he can make parody songs without their permission. He just asks for it because he's like respectful. Like he
Yeah.
doesn't need the artist's permission to create a parody song. Anybody can create a parody song.
What,
That's why I like
Well,
Saturday.
The trick with Weird Al is that one he doesn't ask out of current what's the word I'm thinking of?
Courtesy.
Courtesy.
Yeah, that's what I'm
but,
saying. Is but he doesn't have to do that. He does it like out of kindness, but he doesn't have to. Like,
Well, actually he does because he's taking their song and remixing it technically and making money off of it. So
Well-
he needs their permission to do that.
well, also,
You
but there's,
can
like,
make a
laws-
parody. You can make a parody without permission as long as you're not being paid for it. But if you do get money for it, you do have to
Yeah,
ask
like
permission.
you can make,
Yeah.
like you could put a parody on YouTube, and if you didn't make money off of it, it would be all right. Would it?
Like,
would
if
it?
you were just posting something on YouTube with, like, without ads or anything.
I want a Henry at La Nolanator soundtrack.
There should be two. Oh yeah, we need the empty box. It's very sad.
Mhm.
Dude,
Okay.
the thing is with our report is like, I would start to do my chemistry thing like right now, but I can't because I don't know my element. Like the offline portion of it
Same.
doesn't seem very difficult.
We'll get
All you have to do is just like write about it, a little bit about it.
Yeah. Okay. So,
The more you know.
for the now my last thing that I want us to go into before I do end this, because I do have a few things I need to do, is what is the most meme-worthy thing that you guys have seen this week? Victor, you go first.
I don't know. I can't really see the more things because
There's too
Yes,
many.
you can't talk about it.
Yes,
so, like,
18 then.
but like, I don't know. I'd say some of Mr. Shiba's recent behaviors, like him posting like a quiz right before the test, basically what the test would be on, you know?
Exactly.
Kinda weird. It's not really meme-worthy, more cringe-worthy, but whatever. Whatever floats your boat.
Okay. Nolan, you go first. Second.
PSAT memes were like,
That's right. We did take the PSAT this week.
you mean that pretty stupid academic test?
College boards of watching you on.
No.
Go ahead. Let's cancel your scores. Does anyone know when we're gonna get our scores anyway?
I have absolutely no idea if we
I feel
will
like
or
it'll be
when we
next
will.
year for some reason.
Yeah,
I heard it
we'll
was
probably
going
get
to
our
be,
scores next year.
I heard it was going to be, you know, next May. Or,
Okay.
yeah,
This
year's
coming May?
Yeah.
That long?
That's what I was thinking of.
That's ridiculous.
But why don't they just have us take the test?
Yeah, why wouldn't they
Like,
give
just,
us
like,
them
like
out
math,
just after
you know?
the test? Because
I mean, we can all
shouldn't...
use the Chromebooks. This is not a Chromebooks.
So the most meme-worthy meme I've seen is when you're taking the hashtag PSAT, and after you guess a question, ask for the text evidence, and the next question, I see this guy, he's pouring himself some bleach.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. The most meme-worthy meme that
Probably got it in full.
the most meme-worthy meme that I have seen this week, I would have to say, is the majority of Mr. Shiva's actions. So, you playing the guitar over there, Victor?
Yeah, I can't do any like real things, so I can just because that's all copyrighted. So I can
yeah.
just do random.
Copyright.
Okay, so speaking of Mr. Shiva's recent actions, I do have a few things I want to go into. Now, he instead, this isn't anything bad on him. I just find it interesting. Yes, exactly. So, one thing he said, because we're heading out of geometry now and into trigonometry. We have integrated math. It's interesting. He said that we're not going to be doing any more geometry. That geometry is AK-47, and trigonometry is...
A shotgun. No, it was.
that's backwards. Dang it. Geometry.
It was M16. That wasn't in there.
Sorry, geometry is shotgun, and trigonometry is AK-47. That's what he said. Dang it, I messed it up. Are you kidding me? How could I do that?
You're in an alternate universe. It's okay. You can go back.
As well as his pronunciation of N, which this isn't anything on him. I just find it interesting myself. He pronounced it Nyen, like Nyenn. That's how I spelled it out when I tried to figure out what he was saying. So Nyenn, which I turned into the equation
9?
N times Y plus E times N squared. Because it's math class, so everything I do has to be with math in that class.
Math is you know, the almighty power in the United States and everywhere else because it's math. It also
Exactly.
wrecks your GPA.
Well, there's that, yes.
Yeah, that's why it's so mighty.
Exactly. I'm glad you realize.
I hope there won't be proof on the test tomorrow, but I know there will. So, wish me luck.
I will.
Hold up, Victor. That's rocking over there is too serious. We can't have it.
Okay, so
Copyright.
I'm going to end this podcast off with and this is just something I want to do. You viewers
Reading the
don't
fan mail?
viewers no. That probably will never happen. Viewers, you guys just you don't have to stay for this last part. If you're not staying, good on you, whatever. Do whatever you want. But I'm going to close this out with prayer if anyone would like to join me.
All right.
Okay.
So,
So, and you don't necessarily have to if you don't want to. This is just something I want to do.
Man, this is a really culturally charged podcast today.
Yeah, it is.
I know, we've been here for like an hour. So.
Yeah. Okay. So, dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. I hope that everyone else who's joined this podcast with me today, I hope they all have a great rest of the evening and that the rest of their week and weekend goes very well. I hope that my brother can do well in his football game this coming weekend and that we can all do well on the math test tomorrow.
amen.
And that I'm not over.
Amen.
And that all of the upcoming projects and the rest of Helltober can have a more peaceful ending to it because we are about halfway through it already. It's not as bad as it started out as. So, Lord, just have your hand over us, and just close the rest of this month out well for us. In your name I pray, amen.
Amen.
Father, Son, Holy Spirit.
Okay, thank you guys so much for coming out, and until next time, this is Miners Agent NN and everyone else who is on this call signing out. See you guys later.